Greetings! Android79 here, and welcome back to another deck profile video for Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days! Alright, let's get started. Pressing the A button now. Loading game and proceeding. Here we are on the main menu, going to edit deck menu, and now in today's video, the deck profile I'm going to be making one for is a Brandt, Gravidia Nordlinger, D-BT03. Okay, let's go to create new deck. Here we go. And now choosing the nation, Brandt. Here we are. And like I just mentioned before, the deck I'm building today's deck profile video is a Brandt Gravidia Nordlinger deck composed of cards only available up until D-BT03. So let's begin. First, to filter settings, pack. Only show cards from D-BT01, Genesis of 5 Greats, D-BT02, Rush of the Legends, D-BT03, Advance of Intertwined Stars, and Festival Collection 2021, apply filter. Here we go. Alright, so first up, the Grade 3 lineup. For the Grade 3s of this deck, we're playing Right deck, Grade 3, Gravidia Nordlinger. Her skills are, first skill, Auto. When this unit is placed in the Vanguard circle, search your deck for up to 2 meteorite cards and put them into your order zone and shuffle your deck. And second skill, Auto as a Vanguard. When this unit attacks, cost counterblast 1 and put 1 or more meteorites from your order zone into your drop zone. If the cost has been paid until the end of the battle, this unit gets plus 15,000 power. If you put 3 or more meteorite cards into your drop zone for this cost, it gets plus 1 critical. And if you put 5 or more, your trigger effects activate twice. So for Gravidia Nordlinger, she's the main Grade 3 around this deck. Her skills, first skill, just by riding her onto the Vanguard, you're going to take 2 meteorite cards from your deck and add them straight to your order zone, which works well with Nordlinger since she mainly works together with the meteorite order cards. And second skill, when attacking, by paying the cost of counterblast 1 and sending any number of meteorites from your order zone to the drop zone, your Vanguard will get power boost of 15,000 power. And if you choose to discard a large number of meteorite cards from your order zone, for example, 3 or more, your Vanguard gets plus 1 critical, and 5 or more, trigger effects activate twice. So with Gravidia Nordlinger, she's mainly focused on setting at least 3 to 5 meteorites from your order zone to the drop zone to activate some huge bonuses. So for Nordlinger, we're playing 4 of her, putting in the right deck. Next up, the Grade 2 lineup. For the Grade 2s this deck, we're playing Right deck, Grade 2, Gravidia Barringer. Her skills are, first skill, Auto. When this unit is placed on the Vanguard or Rearguard, if you have a meteorite in your order zone, cost Soul Blast 3. If the cost is paid, draw a card, and this unit gets plus 5,000 power. And second skill, Continuous from the Rearguard. If your drop and order zones have a total of 5 or more set orders, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. Active on opponent's turn 2. This is for Barringer. She's the main Grade 2 to ride this deck. Her first skill, just by riding and calling her, as long as it's a meteorite in your order zone, by paying a cost of Soul Blast 3, not only do you draw a card, but you get to give your Barringer 15,000 power, making it a 15,000 point attacker from the front row. And a second skill, if the total number of set orders in your drop and order zone add up to 5 or more, you also get another 5,000 power. And best part is, the power boost from this second skill is active on the opponent's turn 2, so ideally, Barringer can be a 15,000 point to 20,000 point attacker on your turn, and a 15,000 point rear guard on your opponent's turn. So for Barringer, we're playing 4 of her and putting 1 the right deck. Next up, the Grade 2 Gravidia Stanner. Her skill is Continuous as a Rearguard Guardian. If your drop and order zones have a total of 5 or more set orders, this unit gets plus 5,000 power and plus 5,000 shield. Active on the opponent's turn 2. So for Stanner, she's another support card for your Gravidia decks. Just by having at least 5 or more set orders in your order and drop zone in total, she can serve as a 15,000 point attacker and 10,000 point shield all on her own. So for Gravidia Stanner, we're playing 4 of her, okay? And next up, the Grade 1 lineup. For the Grade 1s of this deck, we're playing the right deck. Wait, sorry about it. Here, right deck, Grade 1, Gravidia Wells. Her skills are, first skill, Auto. When this unit is placed in the Vanguard circle, look at 7 cards from the top of your deck. Choose any number of meteorite cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand and shuffle your deck. And second skill, Action as a rear guard once per turn. If your Vanguard is Gravidia Nordlinger, Soul Blast 1. If the costume hate, choose up to 2 meteorite cards from your hand, put them into the order zone, and this unit gets plus 2000 power until the end of the turn. So for Well, she's the main great one to ride in this deck. Just by riding her, you'll be able to search the top 7 cards of your deck for any number of meteorites and add them to your hand. So ideally, you can add up at least a total of up to 7 meteorite cards from your deck to your hand to play. And second skill, as long as your Vanguard's Gravidia Nordlinger, by paying the cost of Soul Blast 1, you can take up to 2 meteorites and put them into your order zone and get 2000 power. So Wells is a good rear guard to also increase the number of meteorites in your order zone and also become a 10,000 point attacker and 10,000 point booster from the back row. So for Wells, playing 1 in the right deck. Next up, the Great 1, Violet Dragon, Sentinel, perfect guard. Its skills are, first skill, Continuous Sentinel. You may have only up to 4 cards if it's Continuous Sentinel in deck. Second skill, Auto. When this unit is put in the Guardian Circle, choose one of your units, and it cannot be hit until the end of the battle. If your hand has 2 or more cards, choose a card from your hand and discard it. So for Violet Dragon, it's the perfect guard for the Cardfight Trainer games, Brandt Nation. Like any other Cardfight Vanguard trading card game perfect guard, it features the same skill and activation. When used to guard with and discarding a card from your hand, you can completely block one enemy attack, but he also features an ability unique to it. When used to guard with, and while you have less than 2 cards in hand, you will not have to pay the usual discard cost. So for Violet Dragon, it can become a no-cost perfect guard in desperate last resort situations. So for Violet Dragon, playing 4. Next up, Great 1, Set Order, Meteorite, Neatness, Meteor Shower. Skills, first skill, after order is played, put in the order zone. Second skill, Continuous, you may have up to Neatness, Meteor Shower in your deck, 16. And third skill, Auto. When this card is put into your order zone, you may soul charge 1. If put by a Vanguard ability, you may draw a card. And finally, the fourth skill, Auto. When this card is put into your drop from the order zone, choose one of your opponent's rear guards to retire it. So for Neatness, Meteor Shower, it's one of the set order meteorite cards meant to be played in the Gravidia deck. For the skills, the continuous skill, you have up to 16 of this card in your deck, so this is a pretty good card. Skill, since most cards you can only have up to 4, but with this ability, you'll be able to have up to 16 meteorites, thus making it easier to fill up your order zone with a large number of meteorites to activate Gravidia's skill. And then the auto skill over here, just by placing in the order zone, you can soul charge 1, and if it was placed in the order zone by your Vanguard ability, you can draw 1, so you can not only soul charge to add for Soul Blast, but to also restock your hand with more cards. And the final skill, just by dropping a Meteor Shower from your order zone, you can retire an opponent's rear guard. So ideally, with Gravidia Nordlinger skill, you can retire nearly all of your opponent's rear guards as long as you got enough Meteor Showers in your order zone. So for Neatness, Meteor Shower, we're playing 16 of this card. Okay, and now for the Great Zero lineup. For the Great Zeros to this deck, we're playing Ride deck, Great Zero, Gravidia Delin. Skill, Auto, when this unit is ridden upon, if you went second, draw a card. So for Delin, she's the starter unit in this deck. Just by riding on top of her, if you went second, draw a card. So for 1 Delin, putting 1 in the right deck. Okay, and now for the trigger lineup. For the triggers to this deck, we're playing the Great Zero, Cardinal Draco, Barbazonde, critical trigger, playing 4. The Great Zero, Petrol Robo, Decker Cop, skill, auto, it's a rear guard. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. Put this into your soul. If the costume hate, choose of your units, and it gets plus 2,000 power until the end of the turn. So for Decker Cop, it's one of the pretty useful critical triggers for the playing a Brandt deck. Just after boosting attack, regardless if it hits or not, as long as you don't mind moving Decker Cop from your rear guard to the soul, not only can you give one of your units plus 2,000 power out of your Vanguard or rear guard, but you have another card to Soul Blast with later on. So overall, Decker Cop is a good way to stock up your soul and to give your remaining attackers a little extra power. So for Decker Cop, playing 4. Next up, the Great Zero, Cardinal Draco, and Pyro. Skill, continuous as a Guardian. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5,000 shield. So for Pyro, it's a very good front trigger to play in your Brandt deck. just by guarding a bit while your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or higher, it'll get plus shield. So ideally, Pyro can be a 20,000 point shield on its own. So for Pyro, we're playing 3. Okay, and next up, the grade 0 Cardinal Prima Nabilum, heal trigger, playing 4 per. And last but not least, the grade 0 Star Dragon Deity of Infinitude Elder Breath, skill trigger additional effect, double the power and critical of all of your front row units until the end of the turn, increase to double its power and critical when activated. So for Elder Breath, it's one of the over triggers for the Brandt Gate Nation. Like any other over trigger in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. We reveal it during a drive check or damage check. You get 100 million power and draw a card, but it also has a skill that's unique to it alone. When revealed during a drive check on your turn, you can double the power and critical of all units in your front row, both Vanguard and Rearguard included. So ideally, Elder Breath is a good over trigger to reveal once you want to finish off your opponent. Just by revealing it in your turn during a drive check, all your front row units will get double power and critical, making it easier to pressure and finish off your opponent. So for Elder Breath, we're playing 1 in... Okay, so the deck has been built. Card effects explains. Let's just save the deck to start. Alright, so now we just reveal the cards in this deck. For the cards in this deck, we're playing 4 grade 3 Gravidia Nordlinger, 4 grade 2 Gravidia Stanner, 4 grade 2 Gravidia Beringer, then 4 grade 1 Violet Dragon, 1 grade 1 Gravidia Wells, 16 grade 1 Neatness Meteor Shower, and 1 grade 0 Gravidia Delin starting unit. And for the triggers in this deck, we're playing 8 critical triggers, 3 front triggers, 4 heal triggers, and 1 over trigger Elder Breath. Alright, so next let's change the deck's name to change deck name, rename the deck Gravidia, Gravidia. Let's see, here it is, Gravidia, save name. Did I spell it right? Yep, spelled right. Now we just change the deck sleeves, change sleeves. For the right deck sleeves, we're using the Gravidia sleeves, the right deck sleeve, press Y. And for the main deck sleeves, we're using the Brandt Gate Nation sleeves over here. No, wait. On second thought, I'm going to be using this, let's see, Black Team Daybreak sleeve as the right deck sleeve, press Y. The White Team Daybreak sleeve for the main deck sleeve, press A. Okay, so deck built, card effects explained, deck renamed, and card sleeves changed. So now it's time to test out the deck. So leaving the deck edit menu, back to main menu, going to fight menu, choosing CPU fight. And now choosing the deck I just built, Gravidia. And now selecting an opponent. For my opponent, for this deck, I'm going to be up against Haru Shinagawa, normal difficulty. Alrighty, let's begin. So we gotta decide who goes first. So rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock the paper, I lose, going second. Alright. So draw, I'm gonna redraw 2 cards, front and critical. Okay, not bad. Stand with Vanguard, so my opponent's turn, she draws and rides. Diablo, grade 1, okay. My turn, I draw. I'm going to ride from my right deck, Gravidia Wells, and from my hand, I'm gonna discard Neatness Meteor Shower for the right deck cost, right. Let's see, then my Vanguard skill, grade 1, I'm gonna search the top 7 cards on my deck for a Meteorite. Ah, no, nothing, seriously? Nothing to add? What rotten luck. Whatever, my base skill, draw a card. Draw. Ah, unbelievable. Alright then. Going to battle phase, attack. 8k to 8k, check. Critical trigger, all to Vanguard. Alright, there we go. 2 damage on the way. First check. No trigger. And second check. Alright, perfect guard. And grade 3 order. Not bad. And her over triggers in the drop zone. Pretty good. Even though I didn't get any meteorites, my opponents got a disadvantage from their field. They cannot use over triggers anymore. So she writes the grade 2 Viagra. Revealing K. Superior calls rest. She calls a rear guard. Calling. Okay. Oh, it's a huge number. Alright. Rear guard to Vanguard. Take the hit. No guard. Ow. Damage check. No trigger. Ah, meteorite. No. I needed that. Vanguard to Vanguard. Okay. Gonna take the hit. No guard. And check. No trigger. Okay. 1 damage to me. Ow. Damage check. Front trigger. Power to the front row. Alright, so skill of Painkiller, she draws a card. Alright, my turn, I draw. Where are all my meteorites? I'm writing Gravidia Nordlinger. I'm going to discard from my hand. 1. Okay, I'm gonna discard. This is a tough choice. Okay. I'm going to discard a heal trigger as the cost. Yep, discard. Right. Next up, I'm gonna call 2 copies of standard to the rear guard. There we go. Now go into battle phase. First up, standard attacks the rear guard angel. 10k. 1 rear guard down. Now my Vanguard attacks the Vanguard. 10k. Drive check. Critical trigger. Alright, critical to my Vanguard. Power to the rear guard. And 2 damage to the opponent. First check. No trigger. Perfect guard. And second check. Ah, not a heal trigger. She heals and powers up. Okay. Standard on the left attacks the rear guard. Faciata. Another rear guard down. Okay. That's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn. She rides the grade 3 Viagra. Viagra skill. Shuffle deck, okay. Vanguard skill, she's gonna superior call. Painkiller angel, okay. And calling Bedivere and drilling angel again, okay. Angel attacks the Vanguard. I guard with a critical trigger. 25k. Alright, 1 attack blocked. And now, next up. Nope. There's Painkiller skill. She draws another card. Okay. Rear guard to Vanguard. Alright. No guard. Take the hit. Ow. Damage check. No trigger. Ah, not another meteorite. Come on. Vanguard to Vanguard. I'm gonna take the hit. No guard. Take the hit. She twin drives. First check. No trigger. Oh no, she can Persona right next turn. Second check. Ah, double grade 3 and she can Persona right. So 1 damage to me. Ow! Damage check. No trigger. Oh, come on, another meteorite. Why can't I draw one? Painkiller skill. She's drawing more cards. Okay. Alrighty, I'm gonna stand and draw. Yes, a meteorite, finally! I'm going to write Gravidia Nordlinger from my right deck. I discard Nordlinger from my hand. Right. Here it comes. Skill of my Vanguard. Going to search my deck for 2 meteorites. Play them in the order zone. Skill. Soul charge and draw. Draw. Second skill. Again. Soul charge and draw. Soul charge, draw. I play meteorite. Skill, soul charge. And now let's see. In my drop zone, I have 1 meteor, and in my order zone, I have 2. Okay, then I'm going to call Gravidia Nordlinger to the rear guard. Nordlinger skill, I Soul Blast 3, I Soul Blast Meteorite, starting unit, and front trigger. There we go. Power added. I switched positions. Okay. I think that should do it. Now, first up, my Vanguard attacks the Vanguard. Skill activated. I counterblast 1 and send 3 meteorites from my order zone to the drop zone. Plus power, plus critical, and retire rear guards the same by the amount I discarded. I sent 3 meteorites down, so I'm gonna retire all 3 of my opponent's rear guards. 1. 1 more. 2. And 1 more. 3. She doesn't guard. Okay, twin drive, first check. No trigger. And second check. No trigger. Alright. Here it comes. 2 damage to my opponent. Boom. Damage check first. No trigger. And second check. Ah, critical trigger. No. Now my attacks cannot go through. Alright, that's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn. She Persona rides. Dark Diagra, okay. Skill, calling. Okay. Power add to Vanguard. She calls the rear guard. Rear guard to Vanguard. Gonna take the hit. No guard. Ow. Damage check. Critical trigger. I give all effects to my Vanguard. There we go. Now Diagra attacks the Vanguard. Okay. I perfect guard with Violate Dragon. Violate skill. I'm gonna discard for the cost 1 meteorite. Over here. Drive check first. Perfect guard. Not good. And second check. Ah, heal trigger, come on! She heals 1 and powers the rear guard, okay. And skill of the Great 1, she Soul Blast and countercharges and draw, okay, then... Now Diagra's skill 1 more time, she's gonna restand the Vanguard, attacking the Vanguard again. Gonna perfect guard with Violate again. Skill. I discard, 1 meteorite. Check. Ah, critical trigger, no! Okay. Then, now 1 more attack from the opponent's rear guard. I'm going to guard with 2 great zeros, 53k, attack blocked. Alright, now it's my turn. I stand and draw. I Persona Ride, Nordlinger, and my Vanguard skill. Search my deck for 2 meteorites and play them in the order zone. I'm taking 2 over here and over here. Set. Skill. Soul Charge. Wait, not gonna Soul Charge. Instead, I'm just gonna draw. Same. Not gonna Soul Charge. I'm just gonna draw instead. Draw. Alright, then... okay. I'm going to set order. Meteor Shower. And for Meteor Shower, I'm not gonna Soul Charge. I'm gonna call Nordlinger to the rear guard. Nordlinger skill, Soul Blast 3. 1, 2, 3. And power up and draw. Okay. Switching positions. Now beginning battle phase. My Vanguard to Vanguard. Skill, counterblast 1. Send all 3 meteorites from my order zone to the drop zone. Giving power and critical to my Vanguard. And now Using my meteorite skill to retire all of my opponent's rear guards. 1 and 2 and 3. 38k, 2 criticals to my opponent. He guards a perfect guard, okay. Discarding a great 2, okay. Twin drive, first check, no trigger, and second check, come on. No trigger, no. Alright, then Berenger on the left attacks my opponent, 35k. Damage check. No trigger, and finally Berenger on the right attacks my opponent, 35k, 25k. She guards with a critical trigger, okay. And that's the end of my turn, my opponent's turn. Okay. She's persona riding, not good. Calling a rear guard, skill. Calling again, okay. Skill the Vanguard. Retiring 2 rear guards, retiring 1 of mine. Calling another rear guard. Shuffling deck, okay. Calling another rear guard. I'm going to intercept. Wait, nope. I'm going to guard with Stanner. Guard, skill, plus 5,000 more shield, 23k, attack block. And now, the Vanguard attacks the Vanguard. I double guard with 2 critical triggers. Guard, first check, no trigger, grade 3 order, and second check. Draw trigger, no! She powers up the rear guard. Here comes the Vanguard skill. She's gonna restand. Nope, not gonna restand, just attacking rear guard. I guard and intercept. Total 33k. And we're done here. Alright. Now it's my turn. I stand and draw. Alright. Go into main phase. I move my 2 rear guards up. Okay, and then I play set order, meteorite. Soul charge. I soul charge 1 meteorite, okay. Go into battle phase. My Vanguard attacks the Vanguard. Skill. Counterblast 1. Send 1 meteorite to the drop zone. And powering up my Vanguard. And retiring 1 rear guard. I retire the grade 2 on the left side, Nanopole. She guards the 2 cards, okay. Twin drive, first check. Front trigger, yes, power to the front row. And second check. Critical trigger, yes. Alright, the difference is 43 to 38. I give all effects to my Vanguard. And okay, the attack breaks through. And raining down. Smash. 2 damage to the opponent. Heal trigger, no, come on. She heals 1, and now 1 more. No trigger, alright. Alright. 6 damage, I win. Well, the fight and deck didn't really go the way I wanted to, but at least I more or less showed the basics how to play the deck. So, win, double trigger, attack 40,000 more power, perfect guarded. Opponent healed 6 damage, did a persona ride, 8 turns passed, retired 5 more opposing units, and drew 3 more times in 1 turn. So, I got 2400 VP, total 360 50, okay. Alright, so let's leave the fight menu, back to main menu, and going to edit deck. So the deck's been built, Cardfight explained, and I just finished testing out the deck in front of you. So with that's just all the time we have for today. So first off, I want to say thank you to the viewers watching today's video, and to please stay tuned for more videos I plan to upload again in the near future. I also hope you'll show support by liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing to my videos and channel. And with that I say, goodbye! and see you all soon!